Bubba.
I don't want to say the 3-letter word because they'll get all excited. They understand the 3-letter word. They don't understand soon. Lotus. Enzo, you ready for your appointment?
Joshua Tree is where I discovered pistachios. I received a DM the other day asking if I was okay because I hadn't posted to Instagram in a few days. Sometimes I just need a break, and if you follow along, you know Arizona was a pretty trying time. So once we left Arizona, we arrived in Joshua Tree, and that was one of those times where I needed a break.
Really don't get what all these rocks are. Okay, ready to go up? Dang, I wasn't recording. Oh, I just fell. We came down that side, and I was like, let's go up this side, and I got about to there, and I fell. All right, let's go this way. As it turns out, I was recording, and you can see I hit the record button as I was falling. It stopped the recording.
We spent our time in Joshua Tree just kind of sitting back and relaxing. I didn't film a whole lot there, so we are going to actually pick up leaving Joshua Tree.
Welcome to Joshua Tree, California. The wind is welcomed, but wreaking havoc on solar. So I had to come up with a little bit of ingenuity until I have to move the panels in, an hour. That's on you to solve. But hey, 250 watts when it's so nice out, when we're using 25 right now, I will take it. Sometimes you start getting creative when you can't go to the grocery store. Like, well, what ingredients can I find and just put in a pot and see what happens? I feel like I never really actually just kind of like show you guys around the campsite. And we're just loading up. We're about to leave. I'm letting them go potty one more time. Lotus is chasing shadows, of course. Technically on the edge of it. So like that's the I-10 right there, which I honestly don't mind. I like it. I can see like the lights go by at night and stuff. I kind of like it. We're far enough away that you really can't hear it. I don't even know if you'll really be able to see it on camera, but I took some cool like night lapses and stuff. I'll show you. But yeah, this has been our campsite for this week. It's been super nice. The first couple days it was like low, like just barely breaking over 80. So with all 3 fans on it, I mean, it was still way cooler than Arizona and everything, and for most of the day we could just come outside in the shade under the awning, and it was super nice. But these last few days, one day it barely broke 70, and it's been super windy, which normally I wouldn't have liked in the past, but Lotus is over that when it's nothing but sunshine and wind. He seems to not care. So it's been like beautiful. Yesterday and the day before, and maybe even the day before that, I didn't even have to run all 3 fans.
It's not suntan time. You don't need work on tan. Get in the shade. Get in the shade. Goof.
Well, I fixed one pup, but now I broke the other one.
Oh, got a little mid-afternoon snacky. Gonna eat yours.
We are out of here. The Airstream is packed, ready to go. It's still a disaster as always. Got the trash in the truck bed, and we're ready to roll. I don't want to say the 3-letter word because they'll get all excited. They understand the 3-letter word. They don't understand soon, though. So I want to tell them that they're going to get the C-M-O-M soon, but they'll understand the first word, but not the soon. So I have to refrain myself. But we are going to see her, probably not today, but definitely tomorrow. You're going to be so puffin' excited. So puffin' excited. All right, well, let's go, boys. Come on. Hit the road. Oh, don't forget, Rally Cat, yeah, co-pilot. She better find us an RV park because I got a message this morning that my reservation was canceled. They didn't actually have room. So I don't know where we're going now. Since I need water and everything, this is the time I like to stay in an RV park. Go on, Lotus, and go on. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out though. No. Back in. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on, Pup. She's a piece. Springs. Evo 10. San Bernardino National Forest. I've seen these stoplights all my life, driving various places, and I've never had to actually stop at one. It's the first time ever. Lotus is very traumatized by this event. I knew he was going to do that. Oh, go. It is 1 o'clock on a Monday in what is arguably the most expensive state to live in. Why are these people not at work? That's what I want to know. How are you affording to live here if you're just out and about driving around on a Monday? Boys don't even know what we're about to see. You just don't even pup and know. You don't pup and know it. You just don't pup and know it. You don't even know. It's a nice park. I just don't know.
Bubba. Oh my goodness. Lotus.
Hey. Lotus. You might actually try to jump out that window. Oh my gosh. I know, I see her. I know. The GoFundMe air conditioner has arrived. You super psyched? I know you are. Alright, since I had to turn the Pups fans and everything off to shoot this real quick, we're gonna be fast.
As you can see, my head is cut off because apparently I'm new to this whole filming videos for YouTube thing.
I ended up tweaking it a little. Instead of getting them the air conditioner, the battery for it, and a solar panel, I ended up instead getting them the air conditioner and a different, much larger battery. This combination still ended up costing more than actually what I got through the GoFundMe by a few $100s. The battery that came with it takes 6 hours to charge. This takes 90 minutes. So we'll do the battery first because it's not really that exciting. Ciao, don't want to cut the nosy off. Now, if you've been following along in the channel, this will look familiar. It is an extra battery, weighs like 50 pounds, for the EcoFlow. It connects to it. So this doesn't work on its own. You can't like plug stuff up to it directly. You can only plug this up to the other EcoFlow. But it has 2,000, a little over 2,000 amp hours, or milliamp hours, or whatever. Whereas my EcoFlow has 1,600, so this more than doubles our capacity. So not only can it run the air conditioner for the pups for many hours and hours and hours, but it can run other things when we don't need the air conditioning. Now the one you've all been waiting for. I know, it's ironic that we have to make a warm in here to unbox the video of the air conditioner. Wait 30 minutes flat on the floor before turning it on. When it's first turned on after a long distance or bumpy transportation. So literally every day, wait 30 minutes. Various hoses. I'll go over a more in-depth thing once I get it all up and running. This is just the unboxing, so you guys can kind of be a part of that. Wow, you know, people said that it was bigger than it seems, and they are right. Wow. It definitely appears more like a dustbuster type size. That is definitely bigger than it looks. But it's not too bad. It's 15 pounds. There you go. We'll get this set up. I'll let it sit for its 30 minutes. Actually, it's technically already been sitting for 30 minutes. So I'll get all this set up and then I'll kind of give you guys more of a tour and everything. Depending on how long this video is gone, maybe I'll do a separate video. I don't know, but I don't normally put a whole lot of stock into like unboxing type stuff, but I feel like this is a little bit different scenario because you all helped pay for this.
So let's talk about why we're in San Bernardino. So if you follow along, you know that when we were back in Albuquerque, I took Enzo to the vet. I did this not because Enzo was acting weird in any way, shape, or form, but because Lotus would not stop licking his mouth. And Lotus is pretty keen on his senses. The vet in Albuquerque said everything looked fine, but without an x-ray, they really couldn't be certain. To get an x-ray was at least a 2 to 4 week wait, depending on which vet you went to. So I decided that I would schedule one for a future destination. That way, as we're traveling, we could stop and kind of line up the dates that way.
All right, we are a few minutes late. Enzo, you ready for your appointment? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I know, Enzo not with me. I swear him okay though. I swear this. Him okay, I swear. I swear, him be okay, I swear. I swear this. Old school STI, and it's white. And traffic might actually let us speed up and catch up. Oh my goodness, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. I know, well, hold on.
So I made a vet appointment for the future many days in advance. I drove many miles to get there, and they didn't have him down for an x-ray. Now, we use Banfield, and we've always had pretty good results. We used them in the beginning because of their wellness plan. With Lotus reactivity, we sourced out a different, more local vet that he could see regularly. Obviously, that's no longer useful. So I have switched back to Banfield since they are in a lot of places. At least then it makes it even easier for the records to travel with me. When I arrived to pick Enzo up after he had been there all day, to find out that not only had they not done the x-ray, but they had effectively done nothing that hadn't been done in Albuquerque, they then informed me that they could do an x-ray, and seeing how they messed up, they'd find a way to squeeze him in next week. I calmly explained that I had driven hundreds of miles, made this appointment days ago, weeks ago, whatever, and was very clear on what needed to be done, and seeing how they have his records, they knew what needed to be done, so that I would be willing to compromise and he could come back tomorrow, because I wasn't going to wait a week. So this debate went on, and
Second attempt, day 2.
back to the vet.
It's cold up in the mountains. Come down off the mountain, we're already 12 degrees warmer. Dang, I missed the Evo. Cannot believe that. All right, buddy, we're here again. Trust me, I would give anything not to have to do this to you again. 2 days in a row, without food. Not just to mention the stress of every time. It's like Lotus and Rally. The radar's gotta make its point made. Every time I start talking. Maintenance required. All right, pup, we're gonna run some errands today. Keep our mind off of Enzo. That's the plan. Keep our minds busy. So it is 81 degrees. Maintenance required, I know. Apparently, if you drive cross country, you need an oil change and a tire rotation. So you may be asking, well, what about Lotus? I actually just leave them in the car with the air on, because if you don't know, like, all my windows, including my windshield, are tinted, which makes driving and backing up in the dark a wee bit scary. But in the daylight like this, people walk by, they can't really see in the truck. So all they know is that it's running. They just assume there's a human in there. And I have my spare set, I lock it all up. Found that's the best way, and then I don't have to worry as much. I mean, I still hurry, like I don't want to leave them out here forever, but it makes me feel a lot better. I know this seems silly, and don't get me wrong, I am extremely grateful that Walmart allows us to stay there overnight, and anytime we do stay at Walmart, I will gladly go into that store and shop. I'm not gonna go across the street to a different store. That's not right. But I am so happy to have found a Kroger's. Well, it's Rouse, but they're owned by Kroger, same suppliers and everything. Now, I should have been more specific in Google and told them I didn't want to go to the original Rouse, because this store looks super old, but I'll take it. Goodbye, pup. I'm just gonna be in for a minute. Just gonna get a couple things. I'm gonna go get Big Brother? Yeah. Rat. Do you recognize this place? Yeah, this is where Big Brother is. All right, we're a little early. They said I can't pick him up till 4:30. It's 4:11, 4:12. And I'm also waiting on Nesha, who should be here in a few minutes. She's gonna come in with me and get him. I'm sure I'll talk more about it, but basically Lotus is never wrong. Enzo had a broken tooth, so they had to remove it.
So the x-ray revealed that Enzo did in fact have a chipped tooth. Once again, Lotus is never wrong. He's never gonna let me live that down. The vet gave us two options. We could either pull the tooth or have a crown put on. The vet suggested just pulling the tooth because it is farther back. It's not anything that's going to affect his day-to-day life in any way, shape, or form. And as somebody who personally has a crown, I know how much of a nightmare those can be. So I agreed, and so did Nesha, that we should just go ahead and pull his tooth.
It was a whole long story with why this is day 2, which again, I'm sure I'll explain. I'm just happy to have him back. So yeah.
I might have to go potty before we take him in the car, get a good amount of fluids while he was under.
Okay.
And then, yeah, soft food tonight, feed him a little bit when he gets home, watch for vomiting mostly. We're gonna call you tomorrow to see how he's doing. You let us know how he was overnight. You can take him to emergency hospital if you do notice anything crazy. He's been very good here, so we're not expecting anything crazy when he gets home. He just might be a little bit more TLC today. And try and not have the other dog lick his mouth, just to be safe.
Yeah.
That's what got us. Oh, that's a good boy.
That tooth gone? Yeah, to get that tooth out? Yeah. Oh my goodness. You ready to go home? Yeah, get the relaxants. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I need brush. It's been a few weeks.
It's gonna be okay. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Is it big brother and mom?
Hi, sweet boy.
Don't. Hi. You can open. Oh, you're not gonna open it. Oh well, thank you for the pawpaw. You gonna open your mouth? No, of course not. No, don't do that, love. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, you can see it up there missing. Yeah, you can see that gap you got. Is he going? Is he leaving? So bye. Bubba, you drunk? Go potty. He got up and went to the door, so I thought he had to go potty, but I don't know, he's still clearly a little hazy, a little fuzzy. He's walking slow. And you go potty? You don't even want to try it? It's not your water bowl, goof. You're just drinking the water. Oh my gosh. Yay. They eating it. So happy.
Day 2.
Well, I rushed out here. Hair's still wet. Because Enzo was acting like he had to poop. But you haven't gone poopy. No, you haven't. Finally gonna go poopies? You're smiling, you're acting a little more normal. I think that pain pill's kicked in. I think that pain pill kicked in a little bit. Feel a little better.
Day 3.
Wow, finally go poops. About time. Oh, go potty? Do you see her yet? Do you see her yet? I think Enzo sees her while he's peeing. Oh, Lotus saw her. He wasn't 100% sure. He was pretty sure.
Oh, you lost it.
another Evo.
Day 4.
Wow, it's the first time we've seen rain in over a month. What think of that rain? Oh, get your head wet. Yeah, that's not cool. One last park trip with Mom. Gotta make it count. Oh, I see you got Precious back.
My original plan was to head for the coast and then drive up it. But obviously with this whole vet visit, we detoured a little bit. It just coincidentally ended in San Bernardino because that's what had openings, although apparently they didn't, but they told me we did and we drove there. Regardless, that's how we ended up in San Bernardino. It was purely just coincidence, really. The vet wanted to see him back after about 2 weeks just to kind of follow up. They did say I could see a different vet, a different Banfield, but you know me, I really would feel more comfortable if he sees the same vet that did the procedure. So rather than head for the coast and go north, I decided to just take that opportunity to look around, see where we could drive within a few hundred miles, stay for a week or so, and then come back. Lo and behold, that's how I discovered the Alabama Hills. Had no idea they existed. They were never on my radar. I never planned to go into the Eastern Sierra Nevada type area. But that's how we ended up there. Now, I've actually already posted videos on Alabama Hills because we had such a great time there. I was excited to get those videos up, and I wanted to wait until I had a follow-up with Enzo to make sure everything was okay, which it is. He is okay. We did have the follow-up. Everything's good. If you haven't seen the Alabama Hills videos, you should definitely check it out. 1, because it is insanely gorgeous. 2, we had a blast. And 3, that's where we broke down, is going there. So it was a whole drama thing that you can watch. And as I said, you know, the tooth has been removed for several weeks now. Lotus is no longer licking his mouth. Enzo seems to be perfectly fine. He went on painkillers for a couple weeks. As always, everybody who watches the videos, who likes and subscribes, who comments, I appreciate you all, and especially my favorite people in the world, the Patreons who support us each and every month with their donations. I love you all. Good night. And I still love pistachios.
What are you doing, cat? Riley. This little pup just follows him around everywhere. Oh, where'd the pup go? Oh, it's up ahead now. This house has a wall made out of shipping pallets, yet still has a motorized gate.